In this video, I'm just going to show you how to use the accessibility annotations file, which I've created for Figma. So let's just say if I take this as an example, I've just picked it at random and I've got the footer here. And let's just say you want to show on this for the developers which elements are tab stops, which are arrow stops, which are tab stops with arrow children, which things are hidden. You need to be able to annotate that. So just for quickness, what I've done is I've created a separate library. And if you were to go into assets at the top, Figma, click on this book. This will show you which libraries are available to you. If you go into your teams, click on accessibility annotations, you see a lot of things have come in there. What you can now do is you can now drag in some things. So let's have a look. We've got what type of element is this? What state is it? Is it arrow stop, tab stop, etc.? And then you've got place for notes as well. And you can do that for each of these individual things. Now I'm going to come back to that. What I'd like you to do is just have a look at one of these highlights. So I'm using this as an example. So here, this is what we call an arrow stop. An arrow stops are things like text, things that wouldn't normally be focusable using a tab, but with a screen reader, you can focus on them. So, for instance, the logo here, if it's a linked logo, then it's probably going to be a tab stop. But if it wasn't linked, it would be an arrow stop. And all you need to do is just basically go down, put your annotation over it, and then on the right hand side here, you've got whether or not it's an arrow stop or a tab stop on the state, or whether it's hidden. In this instance, I'll say hidden. There we go. And you can then put this here. You can say, that's the logo. It's hidden. And in there, there's no link behind to this image. So from screen readers, it doesn't actually add anything to the journey for the person that's using a screen reader, so there's no point in actually announcing it. Okay, that's your first one. Now let's just say you're going to do a second one. So this is going to be your step 1. Step 2. What you need to do now is say, right, okay, where's the next thing? Okay, here we go, back to top button. Now that is definitely going to be a tab stop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that from hidden to tab stop. See, it's like a solid line. Smaller actually. Okay, and I'll just change that as well. It's a button. It is tab stop. And send the user back to the first focus point in being the main body of the page. Okay, third one. Let's see, step 3. I'm going to go down to here. Now this is going to be the container for these is going to be an arrow stop. And I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to put container section. What you want to say it. I'm going to say that's going to be an arrow stop. And then I'm going to put in there. Let's announce this as social media buttons. Okay, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show what would happen if you were then to navigate into that. So I'm going to call this, instead of calling this step 4, I'm going to call this step 3.1. And I'm going to show the first focus point, and that's going to be a tab stop because it's active. And I'm going to put here, type, button, in tab stop. This is known as Twitter. You get the idea. I'm basically just building up a flow. And I'm using the annotations. So I take the elements from the annotations file to like guide the developer on how to build this. So that just needs to move along. You can see how quite quickly we're building up quite a nice guide for the engineer. Move that to there so it's linked. You could carry that down, continue doing those two. I'm not going to bother doing this. I'm just trying to give you an idea of how you can use these things to your advantage. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to imagine that this goes down to now this section, and again that would be active. So tab stop, and you just put your details in there. So general idea. Have a play around, see what you think. Have a look at some of the other things that are in there as well. Have a look at something I haven't showed you. You might want to use these points, so you can use those. Obviously, I've labelled steps here, but it might be you want to do it like this. You could even go so far as to put like a P in there for presentation, which is like the ARIA code for hide. That'll be number 1. That would be number 2. Number 2.1. You get the general idea. Okay. I think that should do for now. If you've got any questions, please give myself a shout. And yeah, hope this was useful.